All right, let's turn back to soccer. We've got Mark Kiszla of the Denver Post on Skype joining us right now. Mark, I think he would call himself a soccer aficionado. He follows the sport closely. He's invested in it emotionally. Mark, everything that went down with FIFA in the last 24 hours. Are you surprised at all, or are you surprised that it took this long for it to all come down?
I'm surprised it took this long. You throw enough people in the trunk, and sooner or later you're going to get thrown in the trunk yourself, or the feds are going to bust you. and I'm surprised that I saw this on Twitter last night. America hates soccer just enough to bring the hammer down on FIFA, and everybody else in the world loves soccer too much, and knew FIFA or knows FIFA isn't always above board, but was afraid to do anything about it.
Les and Chris were talking, or Les and Dan Petty were talking earlier about there's got to be some governing group for FIFA. FIFA is the governing group. I don't know. And I said, what do you go get the United Nations? They can't even take care of all the issues. There is nobody. I mean, that FIFA is what it is. You can't suddenly the French government say we're taking over FIFA and we're going to run all soccer. What you do is you get rid of this guy, and you hope you can pick out somebody that's a better head of FIFA.
But another country is going to come up to the new head of FIFA and try to line his pockets. Right. So how do you oversee this?
Wait a second. Now, we've had our share of issues in the NFL in the last year, I would say. And you can't abolish the NFL, so FIFA's bigger than the NFL. And they do bribes a lot better apparently than the NFL or anybody else for that matter. So I agree with you wholeheartedly, Woody. You can't get rid of FIFA. Who are you going to have? Moms and dads handing out orange slices at the World Cup to run it?
Mark, what we're talking about is some organization overseeing FIFA.
Who oversees the NFL?
I don't know. At least in this country. Hey, listen. In this country,
I'll put you in charge of that last.
Mark, in this country with the
NFL, thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mark, in this country with the NFL or Major League Baseball or basketball or what have you, fans, media, Congress put pressure on these leagues when things aren't. The whole steroid scandal in baseball, if it wasn't Congress putting pressure on Major League Baseball to clean up its act.
How much does a beer cost at Mile High Stadium? What kind of
threatening
is
to
there
take away the antitrust exemption, Mark?
You buy your $10 beer and you'll like it.
Walk the straight and narrow.
We can't even put pressure on the Rockies.
No, we can't even get a decent ace. How am I going to straighten out FIFA?
Well, you said it, Mark. Though I think I have the solution. You said who you going to get? I call Ghostbusters. I think who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. That's what. No, that's why I said you've got to start with the head guy. If you had a guy, I don't know who it is in the world, but there's got to be a guy that you say you're now in charge of FIFA.
I know, Antonio Samarang. Let's put him in charge.
Okay, so, I mean, the IOC has had its issues over the years. We all know that. And FIFA's a bigger, stronger organization than the IOC. And the NFL is too big to fail. Does that mean that the NFL will go on forever? No. Does it mean FIFA will go on forever? No. But, I mean, there's corruption or apparent corruption. There's been rumors of corruption, allegations of corruption from the very top of FIFA for years. So until you get rid of the guy at the very top, nothing's going to change. And maybe this investigation, this action by the U.S. Attorney General changes something.
I said earlier, Mark, I think you'd appreciate this. Piers Morgan, who's known basically for being an interviewer on TV, writes a column for a London newspaper and has been an editor in London. And he wrote a column today saying, "Thank you, United States, for bailing us out again." That we come every time they get in a war, we come bailing out.
And here's what happened: the United States and England, for the 2018 and the 2022 World Cup, put forth very good bids. But the people that put forth the bid for the United States said, "Hey, we're going to do it above board because we're not going to do it the way FIFA requires. I mean, our people, the people from the United States said, hey, we know it's a crooked process. We're going to try to play it straight. And it ended up in 2022 in Qatar, the country formerly known as Qatar around these parts. So, I mean, there's your answer right there. What is the World Cup doing in a country the size of Connecticut, where in the summer it's 147 degrees in the shade? You can be a knucklehead like me and know that Qatar beat the U.S. because they had, better Denny's? No, because it was a corrupt process. That's why.
Is there still Denny's? I thought Denny's was out there.
I didn't know it was in Qatar.
Waffle House Qatar. It's big in Qatar.
Mark, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Bye-bye.
Nice day out there where you are. Looks like you're in the shade. Sunny
Mark
skies.
Kiszla of the Denver Post.
Blue skies and palm trees, pine
Nothing but
trees.
blue skies from now on.